Well, and the headaches just keep coming. Oregon's healthcare exchange just exposing some users' information in the mail. Now, I'm talking about little things like your birthday and your income, your social security number. To townhall.com's Katie Pavlich on something getting out of control now. Katie, incredible.
It is pretty incredible, Neil. And look, we've had security concerns since Obamacare exchanges launched on the 1st, either at the state level or the federal level. But now we're seeing all these things come to fruition, these concerns. In Oregon, we've seen people getting in the mail their applications with not just their information, but the social security numbers of other people. We've seen this happen in 3 instances, and we're not just talking about one person getting back another person's single social security number or birthday, personal information. We're seeing that one person will get maybe 2 or 3 social security numbers complete with personal information. So that's a real problem when it comes to people feeling comfortable signing up for health insurance, and also what they're putting at risk when it comes to signing up for these exchanges.
You know, the president's been speaking at this hour about how things are getting better. I'm quoting here. By the way, the website is continually working better, so check it out. He got some laughter at that, but saying that as the country, we're poised to gain health coverage for millions, including 350,000 here in California, where he was. And these are good things. What do you make of that, and whether that's resonating, that he's obviously hoping the good will outweigh the initial bad? You think that's true?
Well, I think that there's a couple identity thieves who are looking forward to getting their new yachts and their new fancy jewelry with the social security numbers that they now have in their hands. And look, the website isn't getting much better. In terms of the federal website, we've seen that it wasn't secure on October 1st. We still don't have a lot of answers on security. And now we're seeing in Oregon, why are these security breaches happening through the mail? Because the website still doesn't work, which is ironic considering in Portland, Oregon, they have their own version of Silicon Valley, nicknamed the Silicon Forest. So it's not like they don't have enough people in the state of Oregon or at the federal level to fix this problem. It's not being fixed, and it's a bigger indictment of what this program is supposed to do, and it's not working in the way that it's supposed to do, which is deliver things from a big government to people who need it.
What's happening, though, Katie, is interesting, stepping back from this, is besides just some of the inconvenience just getting onto the system and logging in, and I think those technical things do eventually work out, it's what you find when you do get on, and who else has gotten on, getting access to what you have oftentimes before you get on, that gives people the heebie-jeebies, right? And that's something that the administration has yet to overcome.
Well, and I think that it really has, we've seen a very much of a disrespect for people's personal and private information. From day one, we had security concerns. Those were brushed off. The administration knew at least the federal exchange was unsecure on the day that it launched. They launched anyway. And people need to realize that identity theft can ruin your life. It takes years and years of your time to get your identity back once your identity is stolen. And I really don't think that the Obama administration on the federal level or in these state exchanges, in the example of Oregon, are really taking the time to make sure that privacy information is protected. You have a statement from the exchanges in Oregon saying, look, we're going to put our employees, both temporary and permanent, through confidentiality training now and make sure that they sign a form understanding what that means. Why isn't that something that we've done before? Why is it happening now after people's information has been exposed?
Can't put the genie back in that. All right, thank you very, very much. We appreciate it. Meanwhile, the same agency in charge of enforcing the health care law, exposing taxpayers' personal information too, Fox Business Network's Diane Macedo, has a lot more on that. Hey, Diane.
Hi, Neil. So a report from the Treasury Inspector General for Tax Administration says the IRS hasn't been keeping up with auditors' recommendations on protecting taxpayer information, and that's raising concerns about the additional information the agency will store under the Affordable Care Act. Now, according to the report, at least 8 of 19 recommended fixes from previous audits hadn't been fully implemented, despite the IRS reporting that they were complete. As a result, the report says the agency failed to do things like properly lock user accounts, update software, or scan servers for major vulnerabilities, which makes it easier for people to exploit user accounts and steal taxpayer identities. Now, with all 8 of those corrective actions that were improperly closed, the Inspector General's investigation also found the IRS didn't audit any of them to ensure their implementation, 4 lacked the right executive approval to close them, and 3 had no documentation at all to support their closure. Investigators then brought in their sample size to 69 planned corrective actions and found that only 24 had documentation to fully support being closed. Now, Inspector General J. Russell George warns, quote, when the right degree of security diligence is not applied to systems, disgruntled insiders or malicious outsiders can exploit security weaknesses and may gain unauthorized access. And keep in mind, this is just the latest audit to reveal a lack of oversight at the agency, which is raising concerns that it may not be equipped to take on new responsibilities under the Affordable Care Act, which includes storing taxpayer-sensitive health care information. Neil, back to you.
Amazing. Thank you very much.